down. It didn't say how long it took them to like get the game back and back going, but pretty funny. Let me bring up the NBA page. Talk a little hoops before we get out of here. Ron Artest goes to Houston. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Houston was competitive last year. Ron Artest is a perennial all-star. That could be big. You know, he hasn't really acted up since the whole incident, so
No, he's good.
I think he's out there. He's a goofy guy, but you can't keep pinning that on Ron Artest as in the past. And he hasn't done anything wrong since then.
Or before that.
Well, he had a few incidents before that.
Not major.
Not major, but a few outbursts. That was pretty serious. Anyhow, he's been carrying that around forever. And though he's incredibly eccentric and an odd character and, you know, someone I probably wouldn't leave my kids with,
No.
he's a really good basketball player. And I think he's worth the risk, and he's going to be good for Houston. Promise. Today, I believe this was today, early this morning, and I didn't watch this, I meant to. Team USA had a friendly warm-up against Russia, and they win by 21, 89-68. But the interesting part of this is it was actually kind of a close game. Coach K pulls Jason Kidd and doesn't even play him the last 20 minutes. Now, he's the starter, but instead, during the crunch time, opted to go with Chris Paul at the point.
Wouldn't you?
Yes, and swapping him out with Darren Williams because Russia was playing an aggressive zone defense, and the quickness of Williams and Paul suited it better. So Jason Kidd came out for 20 minutes. Didn't even play the last 20 minutes of the game. Actually, Russia brought it within 10 points.
Really?
Yeah, late in the game. But then Darren Williams got a steal. Michael Redd hit a couple of threes. All of a sudden, a 10-point game went right back to a 20-point game. And Team USA held on. But it is kind of a story that Jason Kidd, the starter, got yanked. I mean, for all 20 minutes of crunch time, of serious game time, win this game. Maybe it's time to maybe it's time to accept the fact that Chris Paul should just be starting. He's the best point guard in the NBA.
Way better than Jason Kidd.
And I love Jason Kidd. I think he's terrific. He's one of the best point guards of all time. But he's lost somewhat of a step. Not too much, but enough. Enough to where I'd rather have Chris Paul in there.
Yeah, and he's not a shooter either.
No. And a pretty funny part about it, let me see if I can find this part of the story and read it to you. Coach K was asked afterwards, real quick, why he didn't get Jason Kidd in the game more towards the end. And before he could answer, Kobe Bryant stepped in and said, because he's old. And that was it. That was the end of it. Kobe Bryant answered it for him. He said, because he's old. He didn't play because he's old. But Jason Kidd has said, not a big deal. Oh, wait. Damn it. I need a highlighter.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd highlight the computer screen, but boy, he says right here, he says, Coach wanted to get those guys more time. He wanted to see something different, get those guys into some situations. I've seen everything, so I'm fine with it. I can use the rest. There's nothing to read into it. There it is. Jason Kidd's not worried about it.
Good.
Either am I.
Mm-mm.
Either am I. They should go with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Duh.
And then Darren Williams.
Nothing wrong with bringing Jason Kidd off the bench.
And then Jason Kidd.
Yeah, I agree. It's there now. It's there. I think we've come to that point where those two have just surpassed Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
He's really, really good still, but it's time. Those guys are amazing. Josh Howard, real quick, we'll do this before we get out of here. Josh Howard from the Dallas Mavericks, if you remember, the same guy who openly admitted to smoking weed in the offseason, was arrested in his hometown after he was drag racing on a Winston-Salem, North Carolina street. Charged with speeding, he was going 94 in a 55, careless and reckless driving, and speed competition. Police said an officer saw a black Lexus and a silver Volkswagen speeding along US 421 late Thursday night. Officer stopped the Lexus, and Josh Howard was identified as the driver. The other driver's identity has not been released. Apparently, Josh Howard was in town this week for a basketball camp sponsored by his foundation, so he's setting a terrific example for all the kids he's working with.
Yeah.
What an idiot. And then it goes on to tell you the story of Bobby Phills in this article. You remember Bobby Phills, the guy who played for the Charlotte Hornets? They got in a car crash, and David Wesley was there too, and Bobby Phills died. You don't remember that?
No.
Okay. Well, they go on to tell his story, like, a few years ago, Bobby Phills was involved in a similar accident. It's like, whoa, that's totally unrelated. I mean, it's totally unrelated.
He didn't even get in an accident.
You know, no, he didn't get in an accident. Plus, LeBron just got a ticket for going like 190 in his, you know, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to drive fast sometimes. I'm just going to drive fast. You know, it's like, okay, okay,
I can afford the ticket.
Yeah, sometimes I just want to go fast. All right, what do you do? It's LeBron. Last thing. The X Games. What? You don't like the X Games?
I don't watch that.
You know, I will say this about the X Games, and we're going to get out of here, but they're not bad. Like, I can watch them. I don't watch them to, like, know who wins, and I don't know who wins, and I don't understand the scoring, and I don't know what a kick flip to fakie means. I don't know what that stuff is, but it's pretty cool to watch.
They are good.
Yeah, and whoever wins, I don't care. Shaun White, I think, is obnoxious.
Yeah.
But it's pretty entertaining stuff.
Yeah, I just don't watch it, though. I have.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I got nothing.
Dude, it's cool. That's all I wanted to say about it. We're going to leave. I'm just saying, pretty entertaining.
Okay.
Can't break it down. Not an expert, but pretty entertaining stuff.
Hall of Fame game tonight.
Hall of Fame game tonight. Don't miss it. Check out all of our clips that are done by our good friend Elwood Joe on YouTube.com. Just go to YouTube.com, put in my name, Eric Pedigo, in the search. You will find hundreds of worthwhile clips that will keep you entertained for hours on end. You can also go to Ustream.tv, type in DRN Live in the search engine, and you will find a list of all the shows here at DRN Live, and you will find all of our shows there in the archives as well. So check those out, and you can hang out with us live every Sunday, 4 p.m. Central Time. DisasterRadio.net. You can hang out in the chat room, let us know what you think, like our friends were doing today. We appreciate it. And now we're getting out of here, don't you think?
Yeah.
We're getting out of here. We will see you guys next week. Athletic supporters, DisasterRadio.net. See you.